Hello, this is a video to show you how to use Google Slides to do your presentation. I have gone ahead and created a Google Slides, but I'm going to go through each slide and show you exactly how I did each component that I put into the presentation. So the first slide should be your superhero's name and the picture of them. So you can go ahead, no matter which slide you're on, you can change the background right up here at the top where it says background. There is also, if you click on theme, this window will pop up and you can choose like a theme to go throughout your whole presentation. I just chose a basic black one simply because it gives me a blank slate to use my own creativity and I can always change things later. Sometimes if you add themes that have lots of extra things on it, it gets in the way of your designing, at least in my opinion. So in order to add this picture, I went to Insert, Image, and I searched the web. And something special about Google Slides is Google is already embedded into it, so I can just search for Cesar Chavez here, and all sorts of pictures will pop up. And I scrolled through and I found this picture. You can also go through Google in another tab and save it to your drive and insert it that way. You would just go to Insert Image from your drive and you would pull it from there. Either way is fine with me. In order to add a new slide, you're going to click on the slide in the taskbar on the left that you're currently on, and I always right click and I just go to New Slide. Okay, so I went to that. The next slide should be what is your superhero known for? So in this case, obviously I did Cesar Chavez. So what is Cesar Chavez known for? Remember, during your presentation, you should not be writing paragraphs, bullet points, because you're going to be speaking and elaborating on these points. And they should also be visually appealing to your audience as well. So I just said he was known for starting a union, boycotting grapes, and fighting for workers' rights. So again, I went to the insert image and I searched for some images that I felt were appropriate. If I was going to look for a picture about a union, I would go over here, I would type union. In order to insert a picture, and I'll just choose this one right here, it shows a check, and then at the bottom you have to say insert, and then it inserts it in there, and then you can resize it and place it wherever you want. I added another slide, but for my next slide, I decided I wanted something different for a background. Instead of a black background, for my how did Cesar Chavez stand up for what he believed in, I decided to go to change my background. So I clicked background, and instead of color and choosing a color or something from a theme, I went to image. And to search, I went to, if you already have a picture in your Google Drive, you can do that. You can upload it. However, I just went to Google and I searched, and I searched grape field workers. There are lots of different images that I thought would be appropriate. However, remember, we're typing on top of it, so we don't want it to be so busy that we can't read the text that's in front of it. So I went ahead and chose this background simply because it allows me to have text in front of it. Also, keep in mind that I changed my text color so it stands out so our reader and your audience can see it without having a struggle. The next slide you need to add is a video. This video should be 3 to 5 minutes long. Mine's a little over 3.5 minutes. It is to add information and another element to your presentation to make it more exciting for your audience. So I went on to YouTube and I found this. In order to insert a video, you go to Insert and you go to Video. Now, if I don't have one already, I could literally search YouTube for that video. If I already know my website, which I already did because I had found it previously, I just pasted my URL here. And then once you have something there, you'll be able to select it and say insert it. But if I wanted something else, Cesar Chavez, I could search YouTube and I can read the biography. You can see this is 4 minutes here. Here's the one that I chose right here. It's a little over 3 minutes. So you can search that way. And then if I wanted to select one, I would just select it and insert it into my slide. The next slide needs to be a fun facts. And these fun facts do not need to be something that, or should not be something that's already in your paper. This is something that you learned while you were doing your research, something you found interesting. Again, add these visual elements, pictures. Every slide does not have to be set up the same way. But these are some fun facts that I found. Notice that I played with the font and the size, and I got really creative. This is your presentation, and you can get as creative as you would like. Finally, the last slide should be a bibliography. I prepared my bibliography on a Google Doc, and then I just copied and pasted the information into this slide. There will be further directions on how to create a bibliography. Once you're all done, something that I did not do, but I wanted to show you how to do, is something with Google Slides that you can do that you cannot do on some other presentation platforms, is add transitions in between your slides. If you wanted to, and a transition would be like it fades in and out, or it moves automatically, or your text flies in, you would right click and you would change the transition. And there's a transition slide that comes up on the right side. And let's say after this, I want to dissolve it and I want it to go medium. You can apply it to all of your slides. You can also preview it to see what it would look like. So this is what dissolve means. Just for giggles, I think I'm going to apply it to all of my slides just to have a transition. If you notice on the left-hand side next to your slide, you will see that there is a transition there. If I wanted to select Cesar Chavez and I wanted to animate it, so if I wanted that text to fly in, so I could say fly in from the left on click. So here's what that would look like. So it dissolves in, and then once I click, here comes Cesar Chavez's name. So I would do that. I have added that animation. So you can go through and get creative and see what they look like on your own.